Hi, today is Wednesday, February 11th, 2026, and this is the International Outreach Think Tank meeting. And I'm going to hand it over to Andrew so he could read us the Bivens.
All right, this meeting is private. Bearing false witness, misrepresentation, and posted inflammatory rhetoric in public forums is forbidden and shall be addressed in an appropriate manner. To eliminate all conflict and false allegations, is there anyone in attendance today's meeting that is a member or agent of any law enforcement agency or public agency of the federal, state, county, city, or township agencies present? Is there a response to the Bivens decision for the first time? No response. Is there a response to the Bivens decision for the second time? Hearing none, is there a response to the Bivens decision for the third time? Hearing none, anyone who is here under false pretenses, anyone who's working for any foreign government, including the territorial United States or municipal United States, anyone who's being paid or coerced to be here must fully disclose their presence and purpose now or leave the premises or conference call. If they subsequently show up as federal witnesses, they are discredited for failure to disclose. Are you now or have you received money or personal support of any kind from an intelligence community? Upon no response to this notice of the Bivens decision, this meeting shall now proceed.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrew. And if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to set the intention for the meeting tonight with a little prayer. Almighty God, creator of everything, we come together as a beautifully diverse group, each bearing unique perspectives and backgrounds. Yet in this meeting, we are united by a shared purpose and vision. We earnestly pray for your grace to help us forge connections of harmony and to work together seamlessly. May our conversations be suffused with mutual respect, profound understanding, creativity, and boundless love. Let the spirit of unity be the guiding light for our interactions, empowering us to achieve our collective objectives. We express our heartfelt gratitude for the privilege of coming together in fellowship. So think it, so speak it, so feel it, so it is, and so be it. All right, guys. In our assembly meetings, we kind of start off our meetings with a little icebreaker, and I thought it would be fun. It's not necessarily an icebreaker, but just to kind of get everybody talking, I'd love to hear what is some of your personal experiences, a positive personal experience that you've done for outreach all on your own. And this could just be meeting somebody in a parking lot, maybe at the grocery store, somebody in your church or wherever. If you'd like to just share your experience, we'd love to hear it. Anybody can unmute themselves.
Okay.
Jamie, may I?
Alice, go ahead.
I think it was running the flower fundraiser for the assembly because I was not a history buff. So I had to learn everything from the start, and it was fun doing the fundraiser. Yes, that's what I would say helped the assembly.
Beautifully. Thank you for sharing.
May I?
Yes, go ahead, Roz.
I homeschool and I meet people through co-op, and I'm always educating parents. So that's how I get the word out.
I love it. Yeah, I used to do that too on my homeschool co-op. Anybody else? What about you, Vicki, down on there in Florida? Are you engaging in any conversations down there and helping the Florida Assembly?
Yeah, we do occasionally. We met with Robert and Carrie Bro down here in Florida. Yep. They're the ones that have the frequency bid. Yep. So we were with them all day, and we were actually discussing how we can get a group of people together in their area. They're about 2 hours from where I am. And while we're down here, get together and talk with people down here. So, yeah, we do help out where we can.
Yes. Yep. That's awesome. Anybody else? Hey, Sandra in San Diego.
Yeah, that's down here in the corner. I got one. So my boyfriend and I were walking into Vaughn's grocery store. And right out front there was the guy that sits there. He's probably 40, 50 years old, and sitting there to get petitions for people to sign for different votes and different things in the county. Of course, the de facto. And my boyfriend says, "Oh yeah, I don't like petition so and so. I'll sign up right here," because he's still Democrat, Republican, all that. Great guy, but he's getting there. He knows, he's into it more than you think, more than he thinks. And anyway, we're there, and he goes, and my boyfriend is busily signing this thing, and the guy looks at me and he says, "Oh, would you like to sign?" And I said, "Well, I'm not a U.S. citizen." Then he went like this. Hey, what? Kind of like this. He said, "Well, what country are you from?" I said, "Well, I'm born and raised in America."
I'm a Californian.
Well, no, my domicile's California. I'm a Wisconsinite by birth.
Ah, okay.
Very close to where Anna was born. Very close. Anyway, so of course things fell apart for me after that because I didn't have any information to hand out to him and so on. But he was ready for it. He was ready for it. And he's one of the few that I found that really did instantly have an open mind. Well, curiosity, started asking questions, because so many people are still so mind controlled, so hypnotized, so bamboozled that, they will not even open their mind at all,
Right.
So, and I think really it's a numbers game. It's like anything else. Very few are going to say yes, and most are going to say, "Oh, no, no, no." So you're just looking for those few until we can reach a threshold with the Maharishi effect, the 100th monkey, and so on. But anyway, that was my experience. I didn't do very good outreach, but I got
you planted a seed.
Yeah, that's the word. That's exactly where I was just thinking of that. I planted a seed, and that's what I do with people. I say, well, so anyway, enough of that. I thank you.
That's great. I mean, and I think a lot of us, when we were just first starting off, maybe, you share the information, and it's hard if you don't have any material on you, like I carry the business cards with me now. And so, I keep it in my purse. So if something happens where I have that opportunity, then I could just hand them a business card. I get stumped sometimes, though. This past summer, my husband and I were traveling, and we were in Texas at one point, and then we were in Rhode Island at another, where we really got into some good conversation. And I had, nothing with the TASA website or anything that I could, because for them to find their, state assembly. So I thought, when I travel, I got to bring something else. So, but anyway, thank you guys for sharing. I'm going to, old business is just really, get your state assemblies to contact me. I'd love to represent them on the American State Assemblies podcast. And I think I don't know if I reported last time that we had Tara Canada on. And it was such a great time, and they did such a great job. But I'd love to have other state assemblies on. So, Andrew, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, just by you saying that you didn't have something on you and the other lady didn't, it brought up, we were talking, I think maybe last meeting or sometime, we need a laminated, every one of us needs a list of someone in contact in every state. I think we really
you did
need
say that. Our
because-
last meeting, you said that. Yes.
So that when anybody asks, you don't have to, you're always like, where are you from? And if they're out of state, well, I don't know who it is. We'll try the TASA. Sometimes they don't, it doesn't work. But I think that would help out tremendously if we had a contact list. I yield.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, Andrew. And I think the problem lies, I think the only problem that I can see is that, say for instance, you had, my information for a recording secretary or the chairman for New Jersey. If I were to step down from that position or move away or whatever the case is, and I no longer serve, but that's the information you're giving, that would be the only downfall, I think. But and obviously, if somebody emailed me, I would then put them in the correct contact with the person they need.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't think it'd be a downfall as long as you knew somebody in one of the states,
Right.
because if they're not the recording secretary or the right person, they're going to know who it is. You know what I mean? We got to get people streamlined.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and if anybody wants to, head that project up, that would be a great project to collaborate and get everybody's information and have a list. The other thing that comes to mind for me, Andrew, when we talk about these things, I know in the beginning, when I first got involved, that was one of the reasons why I started this podcast, the American State Assembly's podcast, because I wanted to get all 50 states represented so that their websites were up there, their contact information was up there, and they had a digital platform that they could share out to people on their state. So it was easier for people to contact and connect with them, and they could see the real faces, that they're real people, But there was a couple of challenges that I think I faced in initiating that. Was I think people were still living in fear, afraid to put their name out there, afraid to share their information. There was a lot of fear. I don't live with fear. I take the same mentality that Anna says. You could look up my skirt all you want until you find Jesus. If we are working for the public, the government, and we are public figures, we have to put our names out there and our contact information. But I will, my point in telling you that is that that was some resistance that I was getting, and it may very well be that that's how some people feel about it too. I don't know. All right. Okay. Let's move on to new business. So, IceDrive account. Bart Drager on Oklahoma was managing that for us. He was so gracious to start it up for us. Bart has gotten busy. He's started up his own company. And so he's a little bit, and it's a land and soil company. So he's a bit busy and unable to manage that. I asked Vicki on Pennsylvania if she'd be gracious in managing that, and she said she would, but there's a couple of options for us that I want us to go over. So we have the free account with IceDrive, and I believe it's 10, is it 10 gigabytes, Vicki?
Yes, it's 10 gigabytes.
Yeah. And so it went over its storage space. And when that happened, IceDrive sent an email to Bart, but because Bart wasn't keeping up with things, he didn't receive the email on time. And so what they ended up doing was closing the account because we didn't pay for the updated version. You had to pay for more storage. And, and I guess that's how they get you, right? But here's the two options. We could either keep the account as is, and we could either sift through the information and get rid of old stuff and keep, the stuff we want. Or we can upgrade it, keep it as is, and pay for the upgraded version. Or there's a third option. We could keep one account open for like general outreach stuff. And then we could also open up a separate account for the American Government Resurgence project stuff, where there's like all the county tours stuff. And so those are the options. And I'm going to open it up to the floor and see what you guys think we should do. Vicki, do you have I'm sure you have thoughts. What are you leaning towards?
I was leaning towards having two accounts, because from what I can see that happened was that I think what we uploaded onto there that was just general outreach, I don't think took up a lot of space. From looking back on what's there now, like they did put it back up, although I haven't really had a chance to go through it a lot right now, but they did put a lot of our outreach stuff up, and it says that we're at 32% of 10 gigabytes now. So I think that just in general outreach that we would be fine for a while with that amount of space. But I think adding on the Resurgence project folders that were on there, I think that put it over quicker. And I think they would probably have enough space at 10 gigabytes to also keep all that together in one spot. So that was my thought.
Yeah, because those two versions would still be free. The 10
Right.
gigabytes, it would be free and we wouldn't have to pay for it.
Right.
All right. Louise, what do you think about that?
So are we looking at two accounts, each having 10 gigs and each being free?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Yeah. I think we're all for the free stuff. I mean, if we don't have to pay for it, why bother, right? Anybody else have their input?
I agree. That makes total sense.
All right. So I think, Louise, it probably would make sense then, because what Bart said was because they closed the account, he called them up and he tried to have them open the account back up and retrieve the information. And I think he said that they were only able to retrieve some of it. So, and I haven't gone in there to look either, kind of like Vicki, I've just been too busy to look through it. But what I think maybe, if you wouldn't mind, maybe opening up that other IceDrive account and just uploading all the American Government Resurgence Project stuff.
Okay.
Because then what I'll do is I'll update, the links that I share out on the agendas, and we'll just put, we have two already. We have, and I think those are for two folders. But, we could probably consolidate the one, and I'll just share out the two different links, to get to the two drives.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll when we share the link, we'll share it so that they can get to the main page, and then they can choose, Vicki, if we're going to do a separate outreach and then a separate education, they can then choose which folder they want to go to.
Yeah, I can make a link to each of those folders separately, like on that PDF that you had attached to this on the outreach.
Yep.
Those links don't work right now. I don't know if you tried them, but because that account was shut down, the education and the outreach folders don't work at all. So I'll reorganize them and put it into two folders like that and get a new link. And then I'll fix that PDF and send it back out to you. And then it can be used that way.
Awesome. And then maybe we can, once Louise gets that IceDrive for the American Government Resurgence, maybe you could add that also to there.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Louise, if you have different folders in there that you have direct links to separate folders in there, if you give me those links, I can also, put those on separate also, like list them out. So whatever you want on there, just let me know and we'll adjust.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. All right. I guess we can move on. So did you guys get I sent the template out. Colorado shared their template for their testimonies. And, it was such a cute idea. I know us, when I was the chair for the outreach committee on our state, I had an idea of, doing like a short little video interviewing a few of our state nationals and having them videotape their testimony. But it looks like what they did on Colorado, which is probably better because a lot of people are camera shy and, editing it and getting it perfect, where they're not reading it and it comes across as natural, that's hard to do. But just taking a picture and then quoting their testimony, I think is really a great idea. And that's something they shared. They shared their template so that you could kind of grab their formatting and different things like that. All right. And I had an idea because on Claim Your Inheritance, Louise, you have on that front page, maybe I'll share it up so everybody can see what I'm looking at here. Let me get this here. Okay. All right. So when you get to the Claim Your Inheritance.info page and you scroll down past the video and you get here, click for 50 unincorporated American states. I think the New Jersey link goes straight to the TASA page. But wouldn't it be great if when you clicked it, it either, took you to the state's website and then it would come to like a welcome page, and maybe it would be the coordinator or the chairman or whoever would volunteer doing kind of like a welcome video, like a cute little introduction and welcome to the New Jersey Assembly website, and something like if somebody wanted to put some kind of a template together of what you could say. That's just an idea that I had for this. Louise, I don't know what were you thinking that this section on this page was to link it to the state's website?
So I think
it says Assembly's video.
So the 50 unincorporated videos, that's to your website, that one. But the links down here for all the states assemblies I think it's to TASA on that site. And then the link tree is to the actual link tree of all the websites. Underneath visit the link tree. That one is to all the websites. If
I click this. Okay, I see what you're saying. So this goes to all I gotcha. So this is to the BitChute channel. Okay, I gotcha. But let's see, then this goes to TASA. So when I click on this, it goes straight to TASA. But you don't want to link those states to their websites?
Well, see, I was trying to be consistent. Not everybody had a website up. So I put that one to TASA, and then I did the link tree down at the bottom underneath on that page to where each of those assemblies who did have websites, they were listed in that link tree.
Gotcha.
That link tree, if you click link tree right there under visit, so it goes to that link tree.
Ah, okay, gotcha. And then this goes, I gotcha. Yeah, because Belinda did this, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome.
And then this link tree, Belinda maintains, and it has county assemblies and state assemblies on it.
Yes. Yep. Yep. All right. Okay. Well, I don't know. I guess I didn't, understand your reasoning for that. I was wondering why you were having them go to TASA and then have to, yeah.
Now, optimally, what you just said would be optimal, because the reason I had the videos from your State Assembly podcast is because they're meeting the people.
Yeah.
At that website. Now, if they had a welcome on their own websites and a link to it, then they'd be meeting the people and get to their website at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I think you froze. Louise, you're frozen.
But it was all different places. Uh-oh, can't hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you froze there for a little bit.
let me take my video off. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I got all those three different places because it kind of serves three different purposes. But optimally, if it was just one link to you all's website where you all's faces and you all's contact information was on it, that would be optimal.
Yeah. We'll get there. I think we'll get there. All right. The next thing on my agenda that I had is, I absolutely love Margaret's, short little video that, it was inspirational for all our state assemblies. But it got me thinking, because here on New Jersey, I don't know what it's like in some of your states, but here on New Jersey, diners are a big thing here. And in our diners and some of our local restaurants, they have TVs that just play advertisements of local businesses. And so, I think it's one way for local businesses to, get their information out. And I think another way for, the establishment to make a little extra money, right? Because they have to pay for the ad. But when we saw it in some of our restaurants here and some of our diners, I had inquired about the cost and how much it would cost to do it. And they sell these ads by the seconds. So if you do like a 15-second ad, 20-second ad, 30-second ad, a minute ad, it depends on how long you want the ad for. And then the cost goes up incrementally. But I thought that Margaret's video, if we took out that, we can do this part and her speaking, because in these ads, you can't have any sound. It's just, playing a video. And so I thought it would be a great idea to kind of get that American State Nationals when it comes up at the end. And if we were going to be doing our county tours, that you'd be able to put the information up on the county tour. So we did our Morris County tour. It would be great to kind of put that advertisement in the Morris County restaurants. And then in March, we're going to Burlington County. So it would be nice to kind of go down into their neck of the woods and get these ads going on these TVs in their neck of the woods. And so, it's on my to-do list to reach out to Margaret and see if I could take that video and kind of adapt it to our needs, if I would get her permission, or if I don't want to add more work to her, but if she had offered to even, consider editing it so that we could use it as advertisement for our county tours. I mean, and for everybody's county tours, like you could adjust it for your information. So I wanted to throw that idea out to you guys and thought, and I don't know if you've got anything like this on your state, as far as ads go, and I'll open the floor up for you guys.
That sounds like a good idea. Tammy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. And even when you did y'all county tour, when you had that introductory video, it could be used as one of those, an introductory video before you start your presentation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if you had put that ad up and people saw that, then it'll make another connection if they came to the meeting and that piece, was repeated in the meeting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the more we use our logo on everything. The more, like the mailings, the flyers, Facebook page. Every time we use that, I didn't even think of this until now, but I probably should add that logo even in my emails when I'm sending emails out for outreach invitations, because the more they see that logo, the more they're going to familiarize themselves with our government, and they're going to identify that logo being a part of our government or being our government. But anyway, anybody else have any comments or suggestions or thoughts on that idea? No. Does anybody else, like Arizona, Duncan, do you guys have TVs up in restaurants that do advertisements, like maybe your coffee shops or?
They're mostly corporate, chains around here, and they're pretty strict on just allowing what's accepted by the social media and stuff. We're trying to get organized and maybe attend one of the motorcycle rallies here, but they want $1,500 to set up a booth for 4 days.
Wow.
But we're trying to talk them down to say that we're not selling anything, because most of the booths today are selling something. But yeah, it's pretty expensive to get the word out. I've been telling our people here in assemblies that a different tactic would be whenever you deal with any deep state or even a cop, policeman, or the sheriff, to tell them that they shouldn't be asking for higher wages with Federal Reserve notes, which are debt certificates, and if you got time to explain it, but they should be actually demanding
Lawful
real
money.
currency, because it's so easy for them to understand now, as the paper silver market is futuristic, based on a contract in the future, as opposed to a real global family group credit currency, or like what JFK was trying to set up when he was assassinated. But we need to use that tactic to tell them, because they're in California, what the nurses are out on strike. Well, they need to be told to not strike for more Federal Reserve notes, which are going to put them further in debt. But they need to demand
that, I think, is going to blow their mind.
Real currency. Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think what I hear you saying is that you think we should take advantage of the information that's being shared on mainstream media about the silver notes, right? This silver paper, right? That that people bought, and then there's no real silver to back it up. That that would be a great segue into a conversation about lawful money. Yeah. That's a great idea. Jackie, what about you guys on Ohio? Do you guys have TVs in your local restaurants, or ways to to connect with the public like that, or advertise?
We probably do, but we just don't really go much out. Tom and I are usually home. We don't live really in the city, so more probably in Tennessee when we go down there. But yeah, not in our normal time out and about. You'd have to be looking for it, but I'm sure it's available. I mean, if you're looking, you can find it in all ways. But thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your input. Anybody else want to share or think of an idea that they can use to kind of get the word out? All right, well, that's something to ponder on, something to think about. All right, next thing, I'm going to give you guys the feedback for our county tour. Hopefully you guys got to see the live stream. So it was quite interesting because we're not used to live streaming. And we're just starting to get accustomed to how to work YouTube live, and get our camera set up straight and the sound right, and so next time it'll be a little better. Our what we had was the phone turned this way, thinking that if we had it long, it would videotape it long. But when you actually were watching it live on YouTube, I think it was like really small. So I ended up removing it, after it was done live, and I had to upload it, but I had to shift everything. I had to download it and change the formatting and then upload it again. But that's all just trial and error, as we go along. And some people are better at technology than others, and we also had to. We had a snowstorm going on that morning. So we were determined. We didn't want to cancel because the one thing we realized is we didn't put a snow date on our invites. So we didn't have a backup date. So we were like, well, we're going forward with it. And even if it's just us there, we're going to do it anyway. And we actually had about 6 new people show up. And, which was a surprise for us because we didn't think we were going to get anybody because of the weather. I mean, it was really bad, slip sliding. Thankfully, by the time we were done, the snow had passed and the roads were clear. But that's what we were up against anyway. But we did get an opportunity to review some of the things that we thought we did well. And then we, and actually, on a positive note, one of the guys that came there is already status corrected. So we converted one man already in a matter of a few weeks. So, it was a great experience. So I don't know, what is the percentage of 1 out of 6? Like, what does that come out to be percentage wise? What is that? Is that like 15, 18% or something like that? I think that's a decent return on investment because what do they say? Like usually you get 10%, right? So I think it was a good experience. There was a few things. So initially the plan was that we wanted to announce all of our officers that served the state assembly. But because there was more assembly people there than actual new people, it kind of felt like it wasn't the right moment to do that. And so next time the plan is to introduce our elected officials. And what else? So we did offer refreshments. We found that was probably unnecessary. We had one of our assembly members, Joanne. She made some Jamaican patties that were very delicious. And we had people bring cookies and then a fruit spread. And, Kathy, she makes these famous vegan, like cinnamon cookies. They're like super healthy, but some way she gets them to taste good. So we had those, and we had one of our coordinators brought coffee, and then we had water bottles. So, we've learned that we need somebody that's going to organize that whole thing with the snacks. We're probably not going to offer up a lot of snacks next time because initially we wanted to offer food because we were shooting for a middle of the week date to do it. And we thought, well, if people are coming from work, they're going to be hungry and we don't want them hangry sitting in our meeting. We want them fresh and we want them, alert, and we want them to be able to ask questions. And so, we were like, well, we got to give them some food. We don't want them to be hangry at this meeting. But then we switched the date and had it on a Saturday afternoon, and it was, 1 to 3. And so it was kind of like in between meals. So we think next time when we do this, we're going to also stick with another Saturday, and we're not going to offer as much food. We're just going to keep the snacks light. We'll probably offer the coffee, tea, and water, and then maybe some pastries or cookies or fruit or something like that. And we also thought that because the weather was so bad, we didn't have enough time to set up. And the library had their own technology there. I'm sure you saw on the back of the screen, there was a whiteboard, and I think they had a projector somewhere or a line to hook into something. And so we we're going to make arrangements next time to show up there a little bit earlier so that we have more time to connect and figure out their technology so that we don't have to bring our, we've got a portable screen and our own projector, which is what we used, and we bring it all the time just in case, it's like a backup in case people, if the restaurants have TVs, but we can't figure out how to connect, that's our backup. But so we're going to get there earlier to make sure that we have plenty of time to set that all up. We advertised in a local newspaper. It was like a local patriot group newspaper. I don't know if we got anybody from that newspaper to come. They didn't, we had everybody sign in, and they told us, how they found us. Most of them, I would say half came from the flyers that we put out, and then the other half came from a Facebook post. And so we decided for this time around that we're not going to spend the money, because the ad for the newspaper was $250, which, by the way, was a really reasonable amount of money, because a lot of the other newspapers are wanting like $1,000 and very short amount of days to put it in. This was $250 for the month, and we had a half a page ad. So it was reasonable. I just don't know how impactful it was. So what we're just doing for next time is we're actually going to do the postcards. And I know that Louise, this whole county tour idea started from a postcard campaign, and so we thought that we would give it a whirl to send postcards out. We paid, so we're going to Burlington County, and so we chose a town that was near the location in which we're going to have our tour, and so we're targeting that town, and it was $120 to buy the contact list for that zip code. And then what we're doing is we're going to mail out the postcards with using the free mail. So I'd like to share with you guys the postcard that we created. I kind of took Louise's, her initial design, and then we changed it to be able to, to fit our needs. Because, so this is the front of it. It's, on Louise's version, I think there was the from and to was here. And I think this was the format that, what was it, EDMM format. But this is the front. And then this is the back. So as you can see, let me bring this. I'm going to try to increase the size so you guys can see this better. So in the upper right-hand corner, we put this free postage. And then we have the information here. We have our state logo here. And then we have the location where we're going to be, the date, the time. We added a rain date. And then we have an RSVP, because the other thing that we thought we needed, it would be great if we could get people to RSVP. And that way, and I think I'm either going to keep this as a phone number. I think we're going to change this to an email, because if they email us, then we can get them on our contact list and then send them invites to future events. Where this area, I was waiting on, Louise was gracious enough to fix our website for us and add a county tour. She uploaded, did a little bit of work. And so we're going to create a QR code that's going to go down here that can take them to the events page on our website. So they'll see the date. And if we're thinking about possibly adding the next date, so that would be something that they could also see when they go on our website. But then here we left this open because when we bought the list to mail things to for the zip code, it came in a label format, which is very easy. It's the, your typical, Avery, excuse me, Avery 8160 format. And so we'll just print those labels up, and this is the section that I could just stick it to. So the cost for this is basically going to cost us $120 for the address list, which was for one zip code. And the cost, we spent, I want to say it was, it's 1,000 postcards that are going to go out. And I think we spent $20 for, I think it was 50 or 100 postcard material for us to print them ourselves. So I'll get back to you next time because we haven't pulled all the costs together to see how much sending this out is going to cost. But what we're saving on is the postage. So I'm thinking that it's probably going to cost us maybe $300, maybe a little more, to send 1,000 postcards out, doing it ourselves. So, all right. And I'm going to open it up to Patisa, Joanne, Priscilla, Dan, Andrew, Alice. If you guys want to chime in if I missed anything that we're going to improve on for our next county tour. Go ahead and step up and speak up. Because I can't remember it all.
Tammy, may I?
Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
I think the biggest thing for us was, at least for me, getting there a little early, right? I mean, we had bad weather. We thought we left enough time to get there early, but we didn't really. And it was a little bit of a scramble getting set up. And I think that kind of sets a bad tone and, just have to be there early, 45 minutes or so, at least maybe an hour. But that's it. I yield.
Yeah. Anybody else?
May I?
Yes, go ahead.
Louise.
Yeah,
Can you
go
pull
ahead,
up your postcard again there, Tammy? Let me see it.
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
And this is a great example of assemblies taking information and customizing it to their needs. So, but let me, on the front side, this is great. On the front side, now, New Jersey just customized this postcard. So what needs to happen, instead of the Federation seal right here, needs to be New Jersey seal.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think our seal or our logo should go here?
Well, is your seal and your logo different?
Yes. I mean, they look similar, but they're different.
So your state assembly seal. Yeah. Because the postcard, the way that it's designed and how it exactly says is what the Federation did. So whenever you change anything to customize it to your assembly, change it from the Federation to your assembly. You can use all the words, but you're adding your own words. So put your New Jersey assembly seal on there.
Okay. So you don't think we can leave this here? Because I have that, our logo is in the backside.
Well, see, down here it starts to say State Nationals on Burlington County will be introducing. So you're starting to talk about really your county, your assembly. So no longer the Federation. Everything that's on that Federation card is really talking about the Federation. Mm-hmm. So whenever the assemblies want to customize it, take ownership of it. You can use all the words because those words are already approved. But when you start adding your words, you have to put your stamp of approval on it.
Okay. But here's the thing that I just am thinking of, right?
And
is
yeah,
that
by have to come instead of by, say, the New Jersey Assembly.
Okay.
Yeah. Customize it as much as you can to your assembly.
Okay. But I guess, I'm thinking because if our state, right, the state assembly is a member of the Federation of States, and that's what that seal is for, is the Federation of States, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I guess I'm just curious as to why we wouldn't be able to use that.
Well, because the Federation of States, it's like they put a seal on a notice. Like the sheriff's notice. They got their seal on the sheriff's notice. We wouldn't change the sheriff's notice. So this is a notice, but it's on a postcard. So we wouldn't change their thing.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so we'll need to change this then and say by the New Jersey Assembly,
Mm-hmm.
unincorporated. We were actually founded in 1776 too.
So and you're international as well, so you can still say international public notice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else on the backside?
That's great. I just think it's great. I like that. I didn't know you get all those words on that side.
It was not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Anybody have any questions or comments on this? I think what we're going to do too, because we've never sent anything with free postage. So we're going to send it to some of our assembly members first to actually see if it works.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, I'm going to stop screen sharing, and I will say that if anybody wants that format, I'm more than happy to share it. Canva is a free account, so you could very easily open it up in Canva and then edit it for your assembly's information. So, and just let me know. I'd be more than happy to share it, Now, I don't have anything else to report on our county tour, but, do you guys have any questions about our county tour?
You want to show everybody where it is, where they can see it?
Oh, yeah, sure. So, let's see here. So Louise was so gracious today and very generous to actually attach it to our website. Let me pull that up. So this is our website, and we've got a little link here for the county tours, and if you go there, she embedded the video for us. And then she also added the Claim Your Inheritance link that'll take you to that page. And then our county tour schedule will, add to this as we go along. So there's that. We also have our own YouTube channel, which, we've been adding. I'm going to share that too. Let's see here. Oh.
If you go back to your embedded one, if you click on that title, it should take you to your YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
And then click on your New Jersey Assembly outreach down there, and it should take you to your.
Yeah. So this is our YouTube channel. I've created playlists. So, as you guys can see, Andrew, you guys are here, Restore the Republic podcast. I've got the Living Man podcast. This is Hudson Roberts on Idaho, who's, done a great job there. We'll have all our county tours up here. We've got the Resurgence Pulse Report, American State Assembly's podcast, Postal Services, all of Paul Stramer's stuff, the 1776 Union, the United States of America podcast, any of the material, that anybody is doing. And then we have our own outreach and education videos that we do. So every Thursday, every second Thursday of the month, we do an online outreach where we do a slide presentation, and we usually put these up here. The dates are on there too. But yeah, so that's how we're going to do it.
Tammy, if you could go back to your county tours page.
On the website?
Yeah, on your website.
Okay.
Not the perfect example.
So hold on, give me a second.
Okay, yeah. So if anybody recall, when we first started this, the idea is that I had put out there is for all that stuff that's on Claim Your Inheritance website could be on your site, on your assembly's website, and you would. I suggested that you create a page that says Claim Your Inheritance. So like the NewJerseyAssembly.com/Claim Your Inheritance. And on that page, on your website, you would upload that Claim Your Inheritance video. And anything from the Claim Your Inheritance site you want to put on your site is perfectly fine. All the detailed research, all the whatever's over there, can put it on your site. So what New Jersey wanted to do is they wanted to name their page County Tours as opposed to Claim Your Inheritance website. Claim Your Inheritance. Great. So they have a County Tours link, and I started to upload the Claim Your Inheritance video to this site, but because this is a free site, they're not allowed to. So I thought, they already did a tour, so it'd be perfect just to put their tour on their county tour page and then put a link back to Claim Your Inheritance website. So this is an example of, again, taking it and making it your own. I like the idea. Actually, I don't know if I like it better or what, but you already had a tour done, which is great just to have that on the site as opposed to something generic. Like, I'm calling it generic because it's not personalized. So having Claim Your Inheritance video there is not as good, I don't think. That's what I'm thinking right now. I don't think as something as personalized as the people that you are actually speaking to in the communities on this page. So it actually turned out, I thought, better. So anybody who wants, any assembly who's getting started can go ahead and put the Claim Your Inheritance on your site, or you can put your tour on your site when you get started and link back to the Claim Your Inheritance page. But that's the idea of what I was thinking when I developed the Claim Your Inheritance sites, for all the assemblies to be able to take that information, customize it to their websites, and make it your own. And on your postcards, like she just did, you get to put your URL on those postcards, and they come to your site. So direct to the people they need to talk to.
Yep. We love it. And she fixed a few things for us with the peacekeeping task forces. We've been missing in IT. So Louise, we're so grateful for your time in doing that for us. So thank you so much.
Go to that for me too, Tammy. Go to the peacekeeping task force site.
Sure.
Now these
you're talking about on our website, right?
Yeah, on your website.
Yep. Peacekeeping task force.
So Tammy, the assembly, the Jersey Assembly already had a peacekeeping task force page, and it just had our logo there and a link to our website. And she said, well, maybe put something else there or some substance. Maybe put the Resurgence Pulse Report on there. So I uploaded all the Resurgence Pulse Report. Remember, I said, take these videos and share them far and wide. So such a great way just to put it on your site. This is very neat and clean. I like New Jersey's website. It's just neat and clean. You can go places and not get obscured, going everywhere else and distracted everywhere else. So as well, on your website, whatever assembly, you can take them and put them on your website. I think these are some good educational videos, particularly for the government people, not exactly for the everyday Joe national, because it's going to get a little too deep if they don't know what's going on. But it's a piece that you all can take and break down for your people that you bring into the assembly or that you're talking to. But yeah, I like the idea that she wanted maybe put the Resurgence project there, Resurgence post report, which we did. And that's a good idea for you all to do for your assemblies too.
Yeah, we also have the link for the Peacekeeping Task Force's website, the pktfnews.org. So, but that was all we had. We had just their logo and this link to get to their website. So it was nice to add these. I think these are very informative videos. All right. Is Darren on the call tonight? I don't see him. He's usually on here too. He was going to give us an update on peacekeeping efforts. So maybe we'll hold off and let him share this with us maybe next time. And all I have left on our agenda for tonight is, Louise, any update with the project that you want to share with us besides what we've done?
Yeah, well, not much. So I just put my little notes in the chat. So what I'd like to just add to whatever I already said is the PKTF will also be doing a drive to put all the Resurgence project information in that folder. So we'll have another place to download all the Resurgence project information. And then the other thing that I haven't covered yet is in the notes, you'll see that there is the schedule for the journalism class. We're learning how to report fair and balanced news. So Tammy, you all need to do a report from y'all county's tour. Fair and balanced news. And
yeah, I just need to add that to my list, Louise, my long list.
No, y'all, you need to somebody needs to be your journalist.
Okay,
asking people stuff and reporting back and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, every assembly needs to have a journalist. So the class is going to be, I think the next one, I have it listed there. And the contact person for that is Joe. So we'll be having that class on the 21st is the next one, February 21st on a Saturday. Oh, it's at 7:30. I didn't put the time down there. So, and they'll be every 2 weeks. Oh, and just to make a note of this, the postcards is updated to have Eric Belcher's name as opposed to our late James Belcher. So I don't know if you all got that postcard downloaded before it went down, before the IceDrive went down. So the new postcards are the ones that have Eric's name instead of James's. And last thing is the Resurgence Post Report. It's coming out Friday. It's going to be on the fiduciary. I'm getting that ready now. I think that's all I have.
Awesome. Beautiful. And I did want to point out to everybody, Duncan shared a link in the chat. He also is doing videos where he is, looks like, said read the text that is included with these videos, which can be watched at a faster speed setting. So I just wanted to let everybody know to grab that in the chat, along with the think tank notes.
Tammy, may I mention this?
Yes.
Okay, I see 2 tours on Summit County, Adam. If you all have any video footage of you all's tours, please send them to me, because I've started a playlist on our think tank YouTube channel of county tours. New Jersey's the first one up there. So anybody who's doing any county tours and is recording whatever's happening, then just send it to me and I'm going to post it to the county tours playlist.
Well, can I answer to that?
Yes.
So what I've experienced and what Andrew's experienced is that some places allow audio, but there is no video. They won't allow it. So at that point, if you can position yourself, my recommendation is in a room where there's cameras, then you can FOIA request the audio and video footage from the meeting. So I would attempt to do that because they're not going to let us record.
Good to know.
Just another perspective to think about. So if you could get them out in the lobby, they got cameras and audio in the lobbies. If they pull you into, typically they call them meeting rooms, but they're interrogation rooms. They have cameras that have audio. You can FOIA request that, but they're not going to let you use your own personal device. That's like internal policy, even though we know that that's more for them, not us. That's what we've been experiencing. So, power of FOIA.
Where are you having your meetings, Adam?
Well, Andrew's ended up going around his whole county. He's had a lot of meetings like right in the departments. I've ended up holding mine either digitally through like Zoom, or I did go down into one of the lobbies at my local PD back when I first started doing this. And they spoke to me out there. And then the next time I called for a follow-up to share more information, they wanted to pull me into one of those meeting rooms. And I noticed in that particular meeting room, I didn't notice any cameras like, above the door or in the corner of the room. So I just was like, maybe we'll just have to do this another time when we can do it in a more open forum. So I plan on doing that at the city council meetings next time. So at least there, you could have some footage taken. Go ahead and put your requests in to be able to record. Usually if you get it in like a week before, that should give them plenty of time to approve it. And then call and follow up on it too. If you take it down physically, contact them either that afternoon or like the next day just to see where they're at on it. Those are just some little tips and tricks that we've come up with so far. And as time goes on, I'm sure we'll figure out more stuff, like once we start getting our own journalists and things like that.
So Adam, when you're doing is this considered your county, like a county tour initiative for you guys?
Well, for me, it's considered a county tour to go speak to the local PDs and to do the council meetings. But as far as like outreach goes, I just take as many trifolds as I can, and I stuff those everywhere I go. Like if I'm at the gas pump, that little credit card thing they got where you can like sign up, I usually stuff a couple in there. If I'm at the grocery store, I leave a couple on the counter over where you buy stamps or lottery tickets. Sometimes I put them in the aisles. It just depends, what presents itself, but I always have them on me. So if not that, then I pass them out to my relatives because I got 22 of them papered up, and then they take trifolds with them to work, or they leave them all over the hospitals. And so far so good, but we're just lacking a recorder on the county level, and we need to get the websites up and going. So once all that stuff happens, it'll definitely start picking up, because there are a lot of people here that are younger, wanting to, get involved and be very active and get out there and do something. It's just there isn't an outlet for them to come to just yet, and it's always an issue of funding. So it's just what we're experiencing, and, maybe we're a little bit out ahead of, things, and that's okay, because word of mouth and, the trifolds, and at least giving people something to read and know that something exists, that's pretty powerful in itself. It's just going to take more time until the funding comes.
Yeah.
Let me add some clarity here, Tammy. With the Resurgence Project, and Adam and Andrew was doing this before, it wasn't because of the Resurgence Project. But in the Resurgence Project, there's actually 2 tours. One, phase 1, 1A, and 2 are county tours where the assemblies take the lead. And phase 3 is actually the Peacekeepers tour. So theirs
Yes.
will look much different than you guys's.
Right. Yes. Thank you for making that clarity. I forgot about the different phases. I did want to add, because Adam, when you were speaking, it kind of sparked my memory. But we gave out the little peace time flags, the little ones that are on the sticks.
Yeah.
We gave those out as kind of like parting gifts from our meeting. So now we have people holding a piece, sharing and putting that peacetime flag somewhere. And then we had all the books up front so that they can look at them. We did we ordered peacetime lapels. I wanted to.
Perfect.
So,
Yeah, I could use some of those.
so we've got some of these. And this is from pinmart.com.
Okay.
And it was, I want to say, we bought 100, and it was like $3 and something per pin. So it came out to be like $310 for 100 of them.
Okay. Yeah, I've had a lot of Leos like actually want to trade patches and stuff like that because it's something that they do. And I've had people from like Canada, want to trade them with me, and firefighters and stuff like that. So, but ours costs like $10 a patch, and I think $3 for the little civil peace flag patch. So it's kind of costly to do that. They get theirs for free internally through their departments.
Right.
I think their extras only cost them like $250 or something like that. So it's much cheaper for them. But one day, we'll have a surplus where we might be able to do that. As long as it gets it out there so that way it's identifiable to them, and they're kind of talking amongst themselves throughout the departments,
Right.
that, hey, this is this guy and this is the patches they wear and that type of thing. That's pretty powerful stuff. So, I mean, obviously they could use that for, nefarious reasons too, to try and set people up. But, as long as you're ahead of that and you're aware, you should be fine. Everything has to be done lightly, with cautious, and as long as you're thinking conscientiously and cautiously, you should be fine. We're not doing anything unlawful or illegal in their
Right.
terms. At the end of the day, we're just trying to educate them, and we're just trying to, bring them to the information they need so that way they can discern on it themselves. So far, what we're running into is a lot of overinflated ego and just
Yeah.
ignorance.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry, but I'm a ignorance buster. Like I don't allow it. So it's
Yeah,
just
and
how I am. I'm straight to it.
it's the cognitive dissonance, and a lot of resistance to opening your mind.
Sure.
It's a lot of indoctrination, and I'm dealing with that myself with my dad. He's really having a hard time when he sees the peacetime flag. He gets upset because he's so proud of the wartime flag that and I keep telling him, well, that wartime flag is our flag. It's an American flag, but it's to signal that you're in war and not in peace. And right now we're in peace. And then I try to explain.
They're at war. The other
Well,
side.
yeah, but I'm trying to explain that we loaned that flag to them, and that they've used and abused it to represent the American government when it's not American at all. It's a federal foreign subcontractor that's using it for mercenary purposes.
Right. I served, and once I sifted through all the history and what was what, and got the history of the American Civil Peace flag, it all started kind of coming together for me. So usually what I like to do is I like to ask people that fly them, and a lot of them aren't even veterans. I ask them, who the hell are they at war at with? you know?
Yeah.
You're walking your little dogs all over the neighborhood and doing that type of thing. Who are you at war with? I don't see you as a, one of those type of individuals at war. So I don't
Have you
know. It's
had any
just,
luck breaking anybody that is really strong-headed and stubborn?
well, the previous chief of police resigned, so I don't think he was really trying to comprehend anything, but the end result was he ended up resigning. So,
Wow.
um, he made some mistakes and he let that ego get in the way, and they told him, well, you're not going to make it. So we're going to put you at the desk, probably for another year, and then, you can just quietly go away. So that's what happened with him. And I took my time with him, but problem with those guys is they start having people walking by your house,
It's the
separate vehicles
intimidation
come to collect
factor.
your, yeah, they'll come collect your trash and they'll try to piece your letters and stuff together as if you're going to leave something important in the trash. So they do all that type of
Oh my
weaselly stuff,
God.
and I'm very familiar with it. So I toyed with them. I would just rip up all the letters and I would mix match them in different trash bags and give them something to do. They're just, spam mail, credit card offers and stuff like that. I don't need that garbage. So here you
Right.
go piece it together. Fighting crime. All right, I'll
Well,
yield on that.
thank you for sharing your experience with us. I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Anybody else? Anybody else want to share their outreach experience? Scotty on Pennsylvania. I know you guys had outreach. I think it was the same time that we were doing our county tour. How did your outreach go?
Hi. I wasn't
Hey.
at that outreach. Vicki might want to talk about that. I couldn't make that one either. But I do have one brief story. Recently, I handed a new friend a flyer that we have. It's the Did You Know flyer. Vicki might, maybe you all know that. I don't know. But it's a 2-page flyer. Did you know? There's a bunch of questions. And again, he was one of the very, very rare people who was totally open to it and went, "Oh my God, really?" And now we've started a dialogue on the information in that flyer.
That's beautiful.
And it was really that easy, and he was so open to it. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
And he's always texting me, when can we talk about that freedom thing? Right? So I know he's interested, and so it'll be of a little journey with my friend. But
Oh, that's great.
we'll
That's
see
a
what
great
happens.
story.
Yeah, that was it. It's simple. That was simple. Thank you. But Vicki could talk about that other meeting.
Yeah, Vicki, how'd your outreach
Yeah.
meeting go?
Well, I got put out. We made it to the cafe where we had it. The roads were really, really bad, and I think one other man made it, and he was in the assembly. He was just very excited. He actually drove up from Philadelphia to the Allentown area, so he had quite a drive in the snow. But so
Yeah, we know the feeling.
we do have the same thing scheduled for February, March, and April. So we have 3 of them coming up yet.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Anybody else want to share an experience or anything? I'll open it up before we convene the meeting or adjourn the meeting, sorry.
I have a question. This is Marie on Louisiana.
Hey, Marie.
Hi, this is my first time here. I was just invited here this in the past few days, but I was wondering if I could get your card on Canva sent to my email. I put it in the chat if you could do that for me.
Yeah, you're talking about the postcard.
I am.
I think what I'll do is I'll just download it and share it out with the group. Marie, are you on our invite list?
I don't believe so. I can't remember who invited me. I'm on the Outreach and Education Committee in Louisiana. Maybe Boyd Adams. He might have done it.
Yeah, I'll grab your email here now and just add you to our contact list.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
yield.
Tell Boyd I said hi and, keep on keeping. And
I
and
will.
Paula too.
Okay, I will.
Duncan,
All
may
right.
I?
Anybody else? Duncan, go ahead.
Yeah, for your information on that flag, on the flag that with the stripes go horizontal, um, the East India Trading Company flag had the stripes going this way, and instead of the stars in the corner, they had the British Jack. But that was the East India Trading Company flag. See, so what they've done, that became the war flag, because that's basically today the one world order is that corporation. It's all an extension from that East India Trading Company. So that's another thing to tell people, that that's what they're pledging allegiance to, the one world order, or the earlier name was East India Trading Company.
Yeah. Wow.
I
We learn
yield.
something new every day. Thank you for sharing. All right, anybody else? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming on the meeting tonight. And I'll get the playback out in the next couple of days, and I'll make sure to download the postcard and share it with you all. And Louise's think tank notes. Is there anything else that I should include? Did I miss anything? All right, and Vicki and Louise, you guys will work on the Canva stuff, and then we can present that next meeting. Sound good?
You mean IceDrive? Yeah,
Yes. What did I say?
Canva.
Oh, yes, IceDrive. Thank you. I appreciate it when you keep me straight. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks again, and just have a beautiful month, and keep bringing all of our people back home.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Tammy.
All right. I'll see
Thank
you probably
you.
tomorrow night on the coordinator training call.
Good night,
Love you
everybody.
guys.
Night,
Good
Tammy.
night, everybody.
Good
Everyone.
night.
Good night, everybody.